Hi there, welcome to research paper part one. Like I said in my email, I will try to make this as succinct as possible, but ideally, like I said in the email, it would be best if you are truly serious about writing a research paper, if you would sign up to Skype, and we could have a couple of classes. Maybe they don't have to last too long, but just to make sure that you're getting the explanations necessary before you start this awesome project. It really is fun. So what is there to do? Well, the structure is a 5 paragraph essay. You need an introduction with a thesis statement. You have to have 3 body paragraphs, not 2, not 4, not 5, not 1, 3. You need opening and closing sentences in those paragraphs. And of course, you need a conclusion. Now, this is just like the, you know, big picture. The format is MLA. We will use MLA, but there also exists APA, and this exists in French and in English, and you will have other videos that explain to you what these are. This is the part where we will see the format required to follow when handing in a paper in the post-secondary world. So in post-secondary education, your professors will say, in our department, we use this format. It'll be either the MLA, APA, or others. And then your task is to make sure that you hand in papers that are following that format. And of course, research. So you need to be accurate. Your research needs to be necessary and important information. You don't write trivial info found on Wiki. You need to retain what is truly important. So, writing assignment, what's the goal here? Well, it's really to prepare you with a basic understanding of the structure of an intellectual paper. So, post-secondary style paper, outline, approved by the teacher that was in the previous world. I would like to see your outline so I can tell you, yeah, it looks good. I don't think you'll have any issues. I just want to make sure you're on the right track. You'll need a title page, the 5 paragraph essay, intro, development, times 3, and conclusion, a thesis statement, which is the last sentence of your intro, the MLA style citations, and a works cited page. Choosing a topic. That's your first step. What do you choose? Well, I always say go with what you're interested in, go with what you like. It's nice to have a question. It's nice to want to find something out. I've seen a numerous amount of films. I looked at filmmaking, numerous amount of topics: marine biology, astronomy, finance, sports, art history, zoology, management, political science, nutrition, geography, literature, filmmaking, education. Anything goes, really. But I would like to kind of give you the okay for your topic as well. Once again, just to avoid you doing a whole bunch of work with something that might not work or might be a bit more of a challenge than it should be. So, what's a thesis statement? A thesis statement is your argument, your point of view, but it is not a question, it is a statement. Okay? Thesis statement is the sentence at the end of your intro that contains the focus of your essay and tells your reader what the essay will be about. Your thesis statement should remain flexible during your writing process. Much like a title, it should be one of the last things that we readjust while editing your final copy. Just a little note, as you know or may remember, I always write my introduction once my paper is written, and usually I have an idea of what my thesis statement is, because otherwise my research is a bit, loopy. But as far as the exact phrasing for my thesis statement, I save that until the end. So just to reiterate, I never write my intro before I've written my paper. And my thesis statement, I will have an idea of where I want to go, but I will not have the exact phrasing until my entire paper is ready. For me, that has worked in the past. So, what's in an intro? Well, everything you've seen before. It's a funnel. Remember, you have from general to specific in your introduction. Okay, so general statement, more specific, and then your thesis. That's your intro. Your intro should not be too long. It's a roadmap for your paper. It tells your reader what to expect from the rest of the paper, and it directly answers the question that is asked of you. This is so important. So if you were in post-secondary education, maybe your professor would assign a question to you. So in your thesis statement, this is where you would answer that question, not ask that question. Our approach is a bit different because you choose your topic. So that's why a few slides ago I said it's nice if you have a question in mind, because in your thesis statement you answer that question and then you spend your paper proving it. All right, so a thesis is an interpretation of a question or a subject. The subject might be World War II. Thesis would be a way to understand the war. You don't have a question. It is so important as a thesis statement. And your thesis can be disputed. So people could say, disagree, and you could have a debate on hand. Here's an example. If your subject was geology, your topic was volcanic activity, and your focus was supervolcanoes, your thesis statement could be, an eruption of the Yellowstone supervolcano would have a permanent effect on the climate of North America. Notice that it is a statement. It doesn't say, would the eruption have an effect? No, no, no. It says that it would have. So I know that this paper will be spent proving that the eruption of the Yellowstone supervolcano would have an effect. That's an example of a thesis statement. Here's another one. Subject education, topic New Brunswick education system, focus high school curriculum. Thesis statement. Offering 7 optional courses in 12th grade prepares student to pursue a post-secondary program in their field of interest. I am not asking if offering prepares, I am saying it does. And then my paper will be spent proving this. Avoid writing thesis statements like a thesis statement. For example, avoid key phrases like the purpose of this essay is to prove to you that volcanoes, blah, blah, blah. No. In this paper, I will attempt to. No. You're not attempting to, you are doing it. And in this paper, never, ever, 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 ever. All right? Now what? Well, you're going to go to part 2. But if you're at the stage where you're writing your thesis statement and you're not sure about it, send me an email. We can talk about it. I do want you to come up with your own try before you reach for help, though. I want you to try it on your own. And now I'm going to send you to video number 2.